Hello, my name is Lori Patterson. If you've visited my channel before, you've probably seen me making greeting cards. Today I'm going to do some Zentangle drawing. I am a certified Zentangle instructor, class number 5. So I have been tangling maybe 10 or 12 years. It's been a while. And I think I've come up with a new tangle that I'm calling Sidewinder. Now, if this is not a new tangle, if you watch this and you see that this is a tangle that's already been named, and you know who created it, please let me know, and I want to give them the credit. As I said, there are hundreds of tangle patterns, and I don't know them all, but I came up with this yesterday, and I really liked it. So I'm going to do the step outs today with you, so you can see how. And the first thing that you're going to do in the Zentangle method is to appreciate the tile and appreciate the time that you have to draw, and appreciate that the materials that you're using are high quality materials. And these tiles I get from Zentangle headquarters. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot in each corner. This gives me a boundary to keep my design inside of, and I'm going to draw a line between each of the dots. And when you're drawing a Zentangle, you want to make sure that you're turning your tile and repeating the steps that you used to create the drawing. So I'm always turning my tile when it's necessary. For this, because this is a long, well, this is a long one. It doesn't have to be that long. I'm going to turn my square tile on the diagonal. And I did this with an 01. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one with an 05 because it's got a little thicker nib and it may be easier to see. You can see the difference in the size there. So I'm using the 01. And I'm going to start just by making a curved line. So, whoops. So this started out like this. So I'm going to do the same here. And then you're going to start when you're drawing the vertical lines here, where your curved line comes and bulges out. And I find that if you draw straight down, it's easier. So I drew straight down here, then I worked this side and then this side. And for me, that's easier. But if you want to just start here and work your way out, that works too. So I'm going to start in the middle here just because it's easier. And I'm going to start right where it bulges out. I'm going to turn my tile so that I can pull my pen towards me. For me, that's easier. Some people might find that it's easier for them to draw in this direction. I find it easier to pull my pen towards me, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to start right there. And I like to make a little curve at the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to weight this. So we're going to add some weight at the bottom of that line. And then I'm going to do it again. And I work in first and then I'll work out. That just is the way it works the best for me. I'm going to retrace this very beginning, at the beginning of the line here, right where the curvy line bulges out. Now retrace that and come down and put a little curve in it. This retracing we call in the uh, Zentangle jargon takeoff and landing. So I'm going to take off at the very same place each time. Then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to give this line some weight at the bottom. I'm turning my tile just ever so slightly so that I'm continuing to pull straight down, retracing at the top here, and then adding the weight at the bottom. So it's a pretty easy pattern. Take off here and land down here. When we're drawing using the Zentangle method, we're going very slow and very deliberate. And we're always doing the same stroke over and over and over, so we're in a rhythm. I'm now going to turn my tile slightly this way, and I'm going to continue on this side. Right where this bulges out, the same spot, retrace, take off and land, and a little curve. And I think for me, that is probably the last one I'm going to do here. Because when I come down here to this, it's just going to be a straight line and no place for weighting. Now I'm going to do on this side where it bulges out on the left side. I'm going to go right where it bulges out the most, straight down with a little curve at the end, and then add some weight to the bottom. Drawing very slowly and deliberately, thinking only about the stroke that I'm drawing at the moment. I don't have to think about where the next one goes. I know the pattern is this. Start here, take off and land. And I think I have room for one more here. I'll continue on this side, starting at the same spot here. Take off and land, slight curve at the bottom. Take off and land, slight curve at the bottom. And I think I have room for one more here. Take off and land, slight curve at the bottom. Now that could be total right there. That could be where you stop. But I'm going to continue because I have this long curvy thing. Right here where it bulges out, straight down, slight curve at the bottom. And because I find it easier, I'm going to work in towards the center, take off and land, slight curve at the bottom. Add the weighting. Take off and land, slight curve at the bottom. I might be able to get one more here. And now that I looked at it, probably I didn't need to, but it's fine the way it is. Take off and land, slight curve. And I think that's all I'm going to do on this side. I can do the same thing here. I'm going to turn my tile slightly so I'm pulling straight down. So I start at the end here, straight down, slight curve. I happen to be curving to the right. You could curve to the left, doesn't matter. You could do some one way and some the other. See if that makes a difference in how it looks. And then the last one is down here, straight down, slight curve. Add the weight. Take off and land, slight curve. Take off and land, slight curve. Add the weight. I think that's all I'm going to do for this side. Now I'm going to go out, take off and land, slight curve. Take off and land, slight curve. Okay. Now I think I want to add one more up here, so I will. I'm calling this Sidewinder. Now I'd like to know, how do we know that's winder and not winder? It's wind and wind are spelled the same. All right, I'm going to take my graphite pencil and I'm going to add some weighting to this. And I'm going to add the weighting, or add some shading, sorry, where it's already dark at the bottom here. In this case, I turned it upside down because it's easier for me to take the tip of my pencil to be pointing in where I want it to go. So I'm stopping so I don't get any of the graphite on this side. I can turn it that way. And then this way. And I think I'll add, which I didn't do to this one, a little bit of graphite at the very top. And then I take my tortillon and I buff that shading in. And here. It's amazing what the shading will do, the difference that it can make. Oh, I need some shading. I need some graphite here. I'm very gentle with this. The paper is quite saturated with the black pencil there, so I don't want to rub too hard over the top of the pencil itself, or excuse me, the pen. And then a little bit here at the top. And there's Sidewinder. Now all of these I curved to the right. On this one, I curved, if the curvy line was curving to the right, then I curved the weight to the right. If the curvy line was curving to the left, then I curved it to the left. I don't know if that really made a difference. This, to me, here, looks like it's going in. This looks to me like it's bulging out. And I was trying to see if I changed the way I curved it, if it would look like it's going in or out differently. I've got poke root, I've got Tripoli, I've got Muka, and I've got Toodles on this one. I hope you'll give it a try. If you do and you post it online someplace, please, in the comments, leave me a link to where you've posted it so I can see. Thank you for joining me, and maybe I'll do this again. Otherwise, check back to my channel for other card making videos. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.